Hey guys, today we wanted to talk to you guys about an issue that I never thought would be a big issue that we would actually have.
So, as you guys know, we've talked to you guys about memory cards before, the two cards that we've normally bought, which are the PNY cards and the Samsung cards. So, we've got two of these Samsung cards. I'll put a picture up there. I thought they were great. 256 Evo Select. There'll be the image. And we started having some weird problems. So the first thing that really popped up is we were recording with the 360 with the Samsung Evo card, and all of a sudden we started having these weird things where it started saying SD card too slow. And this was after like 9 months of using this card. So this isn't just a small thing. We'd used this card for a long time. We'd had no issues.
And so we figured it was just the card, and we'll replace it and it'd be fine.
And so the other card we'd used all the time were these PNY cards. This PNY was in there. I'm going to take some shots after so that way you guys can see them up on the screen clearly. And then we have another PNY in here we had to upgrade to. This one is the newest card. Because
we bought another Samsung Evo 256
for the GoPro.
For the GoPro.
And we started noticing that in the videos from the GoPro that
it'd give us a black screen.
It would just stop. The video would stop. She doesn't do the editing, I do, but she knows that there was an issue. So like what we were talking about, we were doing some of the videos and I was going through to edit, and you can see that the video just freezes up. That's the timeline right there. You can see that literally it just freezes.
Just wears out later on.
And then we had
that there's no case to take out
this right here where Patty was recording.
Stuff like that.
Good though.
And it totally freezes up. And then you can see it occasionally will jump images. And this one lasts one of the longest I've seen. But we've had a few where it just pops out. And you just can't do anything about it. This is why I do not recommend the Samsung card for the GoPro 9s, or, let's see if I can get in focus. There we go. The Samsung cards for the GoPro 9 or the Insta360 cameras. Then that plays through, and that's a long time to be missing that much of the video. It really changed how I made this video. You guys saw this one, it was heading to long point. And so that's the reason I tell you guys, if you guys want to see how these cameras perform, you just watch our videos and you'll see all the different ways that the cameras behave. And I'm always going to make sure I bring this to your guys' attention when I recognize that there is a problem that's a persistent problem. Sometimes there are little errors that everybody has, but don't get these cards. Get the PNYs. Initially, I'd recommended either or, but this type of issue is just too much. We actually lost a few videos because of that.
We were actually working on the comparison test when it
first started getting bad. And then we started realizing that there was more going on. So I've got all three cameras. They're lined up. I'll take a shot of that here in a second. And it was literally game-changing when we realized that, hey, I think it's the Samsung card in the GoPro that's causing the issue, just like the Samsung card in the Insta360.
And so we tested this theory out with getting the new Pony cards, and as soon as we put the Pony cards in...
PNY.
Pony PNY. But as soon as we put the PNY cards in and started to go to use them again, we didn't have this issue.
Yeah, so I want to show you the different issues we've had. We already showed you the GoPro videos. This is what was going on with the Insta360.
Drop it back up. I was recording in 4K yesterday, but this should kick it out faster. Fingers off. See, SD card speed is too slow. And I've been using this card now for months. It's the same card that's been in the camera the entire time, including all the videos you guys have seen prior. So that's what stopped us from having the video up. And it is... I'll be able to use this card anyway. It's always so tough to get the thing out. There we go. Let's use this to push it out. Like so. So I buy 2 cards normally, Samsung and PNY. And this one is the Samsung card. I've never had one of these cards go out on me yet, but there's a first time for everything. So, out of one of my old phones, I grabbed this card, and this card's been doing well for me for years.
Yeah, that one's just been...
I want to say that's 2, maybe 3-year-old card.
Yeah.
I just wiped it after taking it out of an old phone I had. The phone I brought along for the camera, and accidentally ruined. It got caught in one of our RV issues, the basement flooding. It's a lot harder to do while I'm recording. So it's formatting the card. So I've never used this card. Okay, so video, standard. Let's see if it works. 2-year-old card, mind you. If it doesn't work, it's not the card's fault.
No, won't be surprising.
Okay, move my fingers away. We still haven't made the bed, so forgive the mess there. Just wanted to document if it worked or not. If it goes past 30, that's where it was stopping yesterday when Patty was trying to record.
Yep, I kept hearing a noise. Kept hearing this noise, and I'm like, okay, set up the cameras, what's going on? And I had to check it out.
Yeah. It started giving us occasional issues about 2 weeks ago. And that's why I transferred it to this camera, because it was working still with this, but just not with the 360 anymore. Oh yeah, see, no problems. I like the PNY cards. I'm not a salesperson for them. I just
They do
happen to
swell.
like them because I've never given me trouble. Alright, so we're going to try and reshoot that today.
These Samsung cards, they work great. I don't recommend them though if you have the new GoPros or
The Insta360.
the Insta360 cameras. I would just say cameras as a whole. I've used these cards for a while and I didn't have any issues with them, but I would rather let you know my personal experiences. So the Samsung card in the Insta360 would say too slow. And then in the GoPro, it wouldn't tell you anything. You'd get home and you'd go through your
And you'd
footage.
start looking through your footage and it just freezes, like it stops.
And so with that type of issue, I would just say I don't recommend using them, but they worked great for 9 months without any issues. So
If you've had any issues with the PNY or the Samsung, please leave a comment below and let us know.
yeah, that way everybody else that's watching this video will be able to go down there and see if there's anything else. But I've been using PNY cards forever. This one's a 32 gig. I haven't bought 32 gig in forever. And there's a 128. My main collection of SD cards I forgot in Alaska, and so yeah, it shut us down for a little while. We weren't able to use all of our cameras, but we're back up to full
Yes,
strength again.
Our cameras are working great.
We've got plenty of SD cards. They're all 256s because I like 256 gigs. That's a good level.
And as us being up and running again gave us the chance to do a saltwater test. If you haven't checked it out, please.
We'll toss a link up.
We'll toss a link up here in the corner, and we put these guys through saltwater. So we just wanted to share this issue with you. Like we said, if you had any of these issues or if any other cards with the GoPros or anything.
Because we haven't bought SanDisk. We've heard mixed things about SanDisk. Like I said, I've been buying PNY forever. I started buying
Yes.
Samsung because they were more reasonably priced. Sometimes I saved like $5 here or there.
Right.
It's not worth it if it's going to be an issue. So SanDisk, I know, is sometimes recommended because that's the one Insta360 sells, but people still get, like I said, mixed results. As far as some of the other brands, let us know what cards you guys use, what luck you've had, and what you guys think.
Yeah, and if we're not the only one that's had this issue, please let us know. We'd love to hear your stories and your experiences with the cards, with the cameras.
And in the description, I will make sure I drop a link to the newest PNY card that I've been using. It's a little pricier, and I will link to the older one that still works just fine. I'm still using this one, and you guys can go check out those cards. So since they're going to be in the description, it will be Amazon affiliate links. They won't cost you anything extra, but it will help us. You know,
yeah, it'll help us. And
we still
help
haven't made any money off of Amazon affiliates, but maybe one day we'll actually start making some money back. So far, this YouTube endeavor isn't giving us a single thing. This is just our honest thoughts, feelings, and opinions on cameras, cards, and we wanted to bring you guys along for the journey of exploring, living in an RV with a family of 7 and all that. So memory cards are very important because it's important to capture what you're trying to capture the first time.
And you don't want to have the issue with the GoPro where you think you've got everything and it may be the only chance you have to get it, and you get back and you go.
That entire area is frozen. We had, like I said, we had about 2 or 3 videos totally unusable because
scrapped,
of the cameras.
And it was one of those, it was really frustrating because we really couldn't go back and go do that.
And so I do recommend, I'll put the one I recommend the most along with the secondary, but I would never ever recommend the Samsung cards ever again, unless you got an old camera and you don't have to worry about speeds as much. But the new cameras, definitely not.
Definitely not. And we appreciate you guys watching this video. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. We'll be having more tests coming up, and we've got
different camera comparisons, tests. We did a brief camera comparison, and pretty soon here we want to do an in-depth comparison, but things have been a little nuts, RV, all that jazz, but we'll get there. We'll get there.
If you have any questions or anything about tests, or just questions you've had about the camera before you buy them, let us know in the comments below, and we'll see you next video. So today we were going to do a comparison between the GoPro Hero 9 Black, the Insta360 One R 1-inch mod, and the Insta360 One R 4K mod. And Thor rigged up this abomination: tape, toothpicks, duct tape. It's
all angled though. They're all angled together.
It works great.
But this happened as soon as we started trying.
The SD card on this one actually is too slow and it stopped working. So we're gonna get one on the way so we can do our test.
Take a peek. I think I'd aim it just a little bit more. There we go.